a Russian politician calls for the desatanization of Ukraine. In other words, an exorcism to be performed. Russian politicians and media are increasingly telling the story that Ukraine is actually full of satanic covens. This according to Vice by Matthew Gault. State-owned Russian newspaper TASS reported Tuesday that Alexei Pavlov, an assistant secretary on the Security Council of Russia, has called for the desatanization of Ukraine. Pavlov said, "I believe that with the continuation of the special military operation, it becomes more and more urgent to carry out the desatanization of Ukraine." According to TASS, Pavlov said he did not know how many covens of Satanists there were in Ukraine, but that he expected it to be in the hundreds. He said some of them were created having been sharpened in advance for a specific purpose and flock. Others simply existed as branches of richer patrons, other ended in the form of a kind of closed joint stock company with a couple of hundred small town adepts, the TASS story said, quoting Pavlov. He also highlighted the fact that the Church of Satan is an officially recognized religion in the US and that its influences have been spreading in Ukraine since the 1990s. Claims of Ukrainian Western Satanism part of the media landscape in Russia when Putin announced the illegal annexation of territory in East Ukraine. He accused the West of outright Satanism. In May, the Kremlin-owned news organization RIA Novosti claimed it discovered the remnants of witch covens in Ukrainian soldiers' consecrated weapons with blood magic. A satanic seal was found on its wall, evoking associations with Hollywood film about evil spirits, Rai said at the time. So in other words, they found Hollywood film symbols, and they thought that they were evoking demonic entities. Julia Davis tweets, "I've been telling you that the Russian state media is being directed by their handlers to move on from Putin's absurd claim of invading Ukraine to fight the Nazis to an even more absurd claim of fighting Satanists in Ukraine and the West. Here is another example," she's tweeted. So that's exactly what he said, Pavlov said. On the Russia One television channel, Satanism has come up repeatedly. Quote, "Who is the Ukrainian God? It's the devil basically," unquote. A guest on one of Russia's One show said, according to a translation by Russian media monitor Julia Davis, "And when we're surprised at the cruelty of these people, there's nothing to be surprised at. It's paganism. It demands human sacrifices and blood." And quote, Pavlov cited Chechen leader Ramzan Kadyrov, a Putin ally who has repeatedly framed the conflict in Ukraine as a holy war against Satanism. In a Telegram post on Monday, Kadyrov once again said the war was a fight against Satanism. The Chechen strongman said that Muslims and Christians had to unite to fight the West to push back against Satanism, same-sex marriage, and the disappearance of the words mom and dad, according to a translation from Novoya Gazeta. And this is from Vice by Matthew Gault. Please leave your comments. Thank you for your support. Kindly support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.